It began on the hottest morning of summer, when the roses bloomed bright red in front of the Henderson mansion, and the man who planted them stood at their gate, trembling. The gardener, Marcus, wasn't there to work that day. He was there to beg. Something terrible had happened, something that could destroy the family's perfect image. But when he tried to speak, Mrs. Henderson waved him off with a smile practiced for charity galas. By sunset, her smile would vanish, replaced by a look of horror she could never erase. Marcus had tended the Henderson estate for 10 years, through their anniversaries, their garden parties, their endless photo shoots for society magazines. He was the invisible hand that kept their world beautiful. Every morning he arrived before dawn, pushing his old mower past the marble fountain, trimming perfection into every hedge. The neighbors called the Hendersons a symbol of old Southern grace. Marcus called them Sir and Ma'am. But behind that beauty lay silence, the kind that swallows truth. For weeks, Marcus had noticed something strange: new soil near the rose beds, an odor that didn't belong, and the way Mr. Henderson flinched whenever police cars passed by. He knew something was buried there, and it wasn't just the roots of their prized roses. He tried to speak several times. First to Mrs. Henderson, who laughed it off. "You've been working too hard, Marcus." Then to the son, who rolled his eyes and muttered, "Just trim the grass, man." But Marcus couldn't sleep. The smell, the silence, the unease, it haunted him. One night when thunder rolled across the sky, he returned with a flashlight. Rain soaked the ground, turning the garden into dark, glistening mud. He dug carefully near the roses, the ones Mrs. Henderson loved most. His shovel hit something solid, a plastic bag. Inside, jewelry, watches, wallets. Not trash, not old, stolen. And then, as lightning flashed, he saw it, a small patch of cloth deeper in the mud, pale and thin like skin. He stumbled back, heart pounding. He didn't call the police. He called the family, because after 10 years of loyalty, he still believed they would listen. They didn't. The next morning, Marcus stood at the gate again, soaked and shaking. He told them everything, what he saw, what he found, what he feared. Mr. Henderson's face turned cold. "You people always imagine trouble," he said quietly. Then he fired him on the spot. Marcus left without a word, but that night the storm came again, and so did the police. An anonymous tip had been sent. The officers dug beneath the rose garden, their flashlights slicing through the darkness. What they found made headlines the next day. The body of a missing teenage girl. The same girl from the last charity event the Hendersons hosted. The same girl Marcus once saw crying near the garden shed. The Henderson mansion became a crime scene. The roses withered, the headlines screamed, and Marcus watched from afar as justice slowly unfolded. DNA evidence led straight to the Henderson son. The family's empire crumbled. Reporters called Marcus the brave whistleblower, but he didn't feel brave. He felt broken because no one had believed him until a body proved him right. He walked by that old mansion months later, now abandoned, vines crawling over the walls. The same gates that once kept him out now stood open. He whispered softly, "Truth grows even in poisoned soil," then looked into the camera and asked, "Would they have listened if I wasn't black?"